Alright, welcome back to our kitchen. Today we're going to be canning green beans that we've picked from the garden. So our first step is to wash the green beans, and we use baking soda to wash our green beans because right now these haven't had anything but dust and rainwater on them. So we're going to rinse them off in here, and then we'll put them over into here, and then Mama's doing the snapping right now. So she'll snap the beans and we'll figure out how many quarts we're going to have. Okay, here we are about ready to go. We've got our green beans snapped. We've got a hot water on for boiling water. We're going to raw pack our green beans rather than blanch them. Some people blanch them. You can do it either way. Getting our jars in the hot water here. And we're going to be using our other pressure cooker, a regular size pressure cooker, because we're only going to have about 9 pints. We don't plant enough green beans to have a double pressure, so we're only going to have one level, so we're only 9 pints at the most. And so we're using our regular pressure cooker, and we're going to be raw packing. Alright, we've got our beans all snapped. We've got our water boiling, got our lids in the water there softening. And we're taking our green beans here and put them in the jar. Like I said, we're raw packing. That means that putting them in there raw, you can heat them, blanch them 3 minutes in boiling water, and put them in there however you want to do it. I enjoy raw packing them because it's, well, frankly, it's easier for me. So you put the beans in, you make sure you pack them down, packed in there good and tight. We're going to have about 9 quarts. Well, we're having a little over 9 quarts, so what we've got left over, we're just simply going to cook. So we'll pack them in there good and tight. About a ½ inch from the top. I just kind of get them right down below the lid there, and call that good. And as you can see here, pints. I said quarts, I meant pints. Sorry, my wife informed me I said quarts, I meant pints. But this is what we've got left. We'll just cook these up and have these for supper. Alright, next thing we do is we'll put a ½ teaspoon of salt per pint. And again, this is not a preservative, although salt is a preservative. This is simply for taste and flavor. It gives it some taste, gives it some flavor in the beans as they can. So a ½ teaspoon per pint. And then next thing we're going to do is we will take our boiling water. Now, of course, if you cook these and blanch them, you would then use the water that you cooked them in to put inside the beans. Fill them up with boiling water about a ½ inch from the top, covering the beans like that. And then we take our spatula spacer and we stick it down in there, getting the air pockets out and the air bubbles out. After you do this, you may have to put a little more water in. Keeping that down about ½ inch. That's really good. That's good. Okay, now that we've put the water in it, we've got the air bubbles out of it, we need to take a wet rag. I use a wet rag, hot water, and wipe the rims. Make sure there's nothing on the rims. This is more important if you're using liquid that's had something cooked in it, but this is just basic water. But still, you need to wipe the rims so that your rims are clean and free of anything before you salt any salt particles or anything like that before you put your lids on. Then after that, then we get our lids. Place the lid on each one of them. band them. Again, tight, not too tight. And they will go in the pressure cooker. Alright, there we have it, 9 pints of green beans in the canner. Now I did put a couple tablespoons, 2 or 3 tablespoons of vinegar in here. That helps the hard water from leaving a mark on the jars. We have a high calcium content here. So there we have it, 9 pints, and they are ready to can. In the canner I've got the water heating up, and we'll go ahead and process it, putting the lid on and wait for it to start pulling steam out the top before we put the weight on. Alright, well, looks like we've got our steaming out, so we're going to set our timer for 10 minutes and let the steam out for about 10 minutes, and then we will put our weight on. It's been 10 minutes with the steam coming out, so now we're going to put on our weight. And since we are above 1,000 feet above sea level here, we use a 15-pound weight. This particular one, there's 2 weights, and for 15 pounds we stick that on, flip it on, and then we will wait. When it builds up enough pressure and it starts to jiggle, then we'll turn down the heat and start our timer. Okay, well, as you can see, our jiggler started jiggling, and so we turned the heat down. We started our timer, 20 minutes for pints, 25 minutes for quarts, and we're doing pints, so it'll be 20 minutes. And this one will jiggle the whole time. It's got a 15-pound weight, so now we just have to wait 20 minutes till it's done. And there you have it, 9 pints of green beans. We raw pack these. You can blanch them about 3 minutes into boiling water, and they'll be a little bit more cooked than these are. But there we have it, 9 pints of green beans. Green beans are relatively easy to can. It's a very simple process, especially when you're raw packing them. So there you have it. If you have any questions or anything or comments, why, let me know. It's Trails in 62. From our house to your house, God bless.